things first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's new episode down below. What did y'all think? Did y'all like the episode? Do y'all think this was perfect ending? Well, I won't ask that because didn't nothing happen. Didn't nothing really happen. What was the last thing? Was it Deacon telling Sheila that it's not Sheila? Was it Deacon telling Taylor about Luna, or was it Electra confronting Luna? I think it was Electra confronting Luna. But we're gonna do a quick summary and then we're gonna dive into the review. Looks like Deacon about to tell Taylor about Luna. Deacon ended up walking out on Sheila after he learned everything. He told her she backslid, and I said the same thing. I said exactly. All for somebody who didn't learn Dilly freaking Scott. Then on next week's episode, look like Lee and her talking, and she's talking about, so right now all she's concerned about is her marriage. I said, this what you should have been cursed. This what you should have been concerned about from the jump. Obviously. After, especially now, it's one thing she was telling Deacon on today's episode how, of course, that's her granddaughter. She missed her or whatever. And she thought that, she was dead and stuff. But once you learn what she did to Will, you supposed to be like, okay, I'm gonna wash my hands with her. But no. Matter of fact, you the one who told her that he was having a party. So you partially to blame. You partially to blame Liz and Bill. But yeah, looks like Deacon about to tell Taylor about Luna. Deacon ended up walking out on Sheila after he learned everything. He told her that she's backsliding. Brooke stopped by to see Taylor to check on her. She kept on telling, Taylor kept telling Brooke that she was okay. She was like, I know the last time, this happened or whatever, she had the broken heart syndrome or whatever. So she was bringing that up. And she kept on the whole time. Somebody said, are you okay? I just want to make sure and check on you. She don't need you to check on her. You part of the problem. So then she was like, you never know. Maybe things could turn around or something like that. Something like that. Maybe things could turn around for you. People have been saying that Taylor and Deacon's supposed to get together. That it's supposed to be a new man in Taylor's life or whatever. And they saying that it's going to be Deacon. Now, a couple years ago, I don't know how many years it's been, actually. But y'all remember that scene between Deacon and Taylor? Did they kiss? I don't know if they kissed or not. But they had got close. If they didn't kiss... excuse me, if they didn't kiss, they was about to or something. I don't know. Do y'all remember? I think Taylor was trying to make Ridge jealous. I don't know, but I think they kissed. I might be wrong about that, but either way go, they had started a little scene with them, but they stopped it. But yeah, what else? Let's see. I already said how she kept checking on her. She kept telling her she was okay. I said, please get out of her face before she mess you up. I said, you got to watch the calm. Well, so far she been calm. She kept telling her, she's doing okay. She got her work. She got her kids, her grandkids, or whatever. She going to be just fine, And she just kept on staying. I said, get out of her face, please. Save yourself. Save yourself, because you could tell Taylor still felt some type of way. But yeah, and then it ain't her responsibility. Rich knew what he was doing. He knew the entire time. He was trying to get back at Brooke, and that's exactly what he did. Will was still trying to tell Electra that he was taking advantage of, but Electra was still upset. She ended up confronting Luna at the end of the episode, and she's supposed to hit her on next week's episode. I said, about time somebody hit her. About time somebody hit her. She been getting away with way too much, and everybody's just all calm, cool, and collective or whatever. But yeah, she getting next week. I said, I wonder if anybody's going to try to intervene because she's pregnant with Will's child. Katie already over here jumping and stuff. What you jumping for? I said, Katie to him, look, girl, pull yourself together. This ain't your ordinary person. Now, if it was somebody normal, of course she would feel that way or whatever. But it's Luna. It's Luna. She thinks she untouchable. But I seen a lot of people saying how they think that Remy is the father. They think that she met up with him or whatever, and he ended up getting her pregnant some type of way. And that's what they saying. Now, I don't know. I don't think either. I don't know. I was saying that if she is pregnant with Will child, then something going to happen to the baby. I think something going to happen. I don't know if she going to trip, fall. I don't know what. But that's what I was saying. Something either going to happen or whatever. But I don't know. They might actually let her have the baby. I said they need to know. Something need to happen so she go to jail. Well, I ain't going to say that. I take that back. But yeah, I was like, ain't no way she going to get away. I said, you know what? She is exactly like her grandmother. Because Sheila done got away with it too. And I think the last thing, let me see. Luna was still talking to Katie and Bill about their grandchild and how they gonna have a healthy household and all this other stuff. And I said, I hope Will don't fall for her shenanigans. I said, I hope he ain't foolish enough to fall for her shenanigans, but we'll see. But yeah, let's dive into the review. Okay, so Bill and Katie ended up telling Luna that she's staying put into a paternity test. She was like, she has no reason to lie. Of course, that's Will, baby. Why would she lie about that? And she was just so excited and happy about it or whatever. Electra was still upset. She was talking to Will or whatever about Luna and how, they slept together. She brought up once again how he slept with her right before they slept together and how, they're supposed to be in that special time. once again, like, I get it. I get it. She ain't wrong. He could have decided, I'm not gonna do this. But everything before that, it wasn't his fault. I don't like how they trying to spin this, but yeah, here we are. Deacon was mad at Sheila. Rook stopped by to see Taylor's office. That didn't make sense. Rook stopped by Taylor's office to see her. She wanted to check in to see how she's doing after everything. Sheila said that she was going to tell Deacon, I said, girl, too little, too late. How long has it been since you known she been alive? But yeah, he wanted to know everything. So that's when she ends up saying that Luna's pregnant with Will baby. I said, don't say it like that. Don't say it like they don't hooked up or whatever. And he was like, what? That don't make any sense. Will's crazy about Lecture and vice versa. And he was just saying it. The way she said it, you'll think that, okay, they don't hooked up. She told me it was the night of his party. Say it right. Luna took advantage. She saw you take her upstairs. She saw you take him upstairs. She followed after you left. She got in the bed. And that's what happened. Don't say it like, oh, they just shared the night together. Girl, what the world? She's still making excuses for that crazy girl. But yeah, it's like, don't make it seem like it was, them doing it together, like they both wanted or something like that. But yeah, she was just telling Deacon about that Luna pregnant with Will baby. Luna wants them to be one big happy family. She was talking about that being a Spencer baby and how it's not gonna grow up how they grew up or anything like that. And I said, girl, lock her up, please. I said, somebody get her, please. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Will ends up telling Alexa that he can't lose her, but I don't know. I can't tell y'all. I can't tell if she gonna stick around or not. Taylor ends up telling Brooke that she's going to be all right. She has her grandkids. She has her kids or whatever. And I thought, when she said that, I thought about Thomas. I was like, so is the actor that plays Thomas going to come back, or was that it? I thought they was bringing him back. But I was like, where he at now? I was like, come on now. I said, I don't know why they be bringing these folks back they'll be in 1 to 3 episodes maybe. And then they'll just disappear. I don't know. I don't know if they should. I feel like they should have let us know, okay, this is the length of time that these people going to be on the show or something. But I doubt we get that because they barely want to stop showing the flashback we don't see all week long. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Deacon tells Sheila that he can't even look at her or whatever and that she's backsliding. Luna want to take a paternity test. She was like, because she knows it's Will, baby, or whatever. Will ends up telling Electra once again that Luna targeted him. Let's see. Electra ends up saying how she wants to go to Bill's house, and she headed out over there. Brooke told Taylor that maybe things could turn around for her. Sheila said that that's her granddaughter or whatever, and she seemed like she was getting irritated. Hold on. She seemed like she was getting irritated by how he was talking. He was like, look. I said, he was mad. He was yelling and stuff. He was like, look at those photos on the wall. Those were my friends or whatever. She gonna sit. I said, this ain't the time, Sheila. I said, Sheila, he mad at you. After he said that about look at the photos on the wall, them was his friends or whatever. And Luna murdered them. She told my son. And I think he said, I missed them. And she was like, and I missed my granddaughter. I said, no, Sheila, baby. I said, no. I was like, girl, you already in trouble. You gonna sit up here and say that? But yeah. And she kept saying how she didn't know anything about it. She had nothing to do with it or whatever. She was just as shocked at him. She was just as shocked as him and everything. And I said, Sheila, you're not helping yourself. You definitely not helping yourself. So he ends up asking her, have you learned anything? And I was like, no, she hasn't. I said, she was doing good. Then here come the long lost granddaughter want to come stir up trouble. She was doing good. She ain't healed nobody up in a long time. She ain't shot nobody in a long time. She ain't even been over here hazing them face. She been minding her business. Now to hear this girl go. And if Deacon ends up hooking up with Taylor right now while they still married, she finna cause chaos. She finna have a fit. She definitely is. She gonna team up with Luna then. But yeah, he ended up telling her how she's backsliding. He was like, he always thought, that he'd be able to tell when she started to backslide or, if she was back who she used to be. And he's like, he can't tell. So he ends up leaving. And after he left, she's on the Deacon. He already gone there. This is your fault. This is your fault. You let your granddaughter, you let the idea of being involved in your grandchild's life cause you to lose what you got. Now, I don't know if he's going to come back or not. We'll see. But what else? Let's see. Electra told Luna that she gonna regret not leaving LA while she had a chance. She was telling her how you could have left town and started a new life. Exactly. That's what I said. I was like, we should have known when Lee and them didn't tell her when she woke up that she was gonna have to leave town or something. Lee over here talking about some she meet with a lawyer. Girl, you might as well just broadcast it. You could have had her locked up then. She could have been in jail while you met with a lawyer or something. You ain't have to hide her. You didn't have to hire her. But yeah, I was like, is somebody gonna tell the doggone police so they could arrest her? Because either way it go, they could arrest her unless who was the victim? Was it Liam? Liam was the victim. Well, Sheila was one of them. She ain't gonna say nothing. So Liam and Steffi, right? I don't know if they, and the teacher lady. If they get a statement, they should be able to lock her up still, right? But then Bill might just use his power again because that's his grandchild inside of there. But we'll see. But yeah, she was just confronting Luna and everything. Deacon ends up stopping by Taylor's office. He was like, he think he losing his mind. He wanted to talk about his marriage, and she was like, she don't think this is a good idea to be talking about that. Then he brought up his Sheila grandchild, and she was like, Hayes, and he was like, no, Luna. But I don't think he didn't get a chance to tell that she alive. But I'm assuming once he tell that she gonna tell Steffi, and that's when Steffi gonna come back. I don't know, y'all. I think they said October is when she come back, and that's next week. So we'll see. What else? Let's see. Bill tells Will they came in and they was talking about the fake pregnancy test and how she took one and they could be fake, and that's when they told her she took multiple, and it all said that she pregnant, so she actually is or whatever. And I think, was that the last scene? I want to say that was the last scene. But yeah, next week, Electra's and her supposed to get the arguing or whatever. She's supposed to tell her it's nothing she could do about it, and she gonna punch her and she gonna fall on the floor. I said, I can't say that because I don't want to. I know it's just a show, but y'all know what I'm thinking when she fell. Y'all should know what I'm thinking. I was like, then she gonna definitely, if she ain't pregnant by you know what? You know how people been saying that the baby is not Will's, is Remy's? What if the baby actually is Will and she have a miscarriage and then she convinced Remy to have her child, to get her a child anyways? I said, it could work like that. It definitely could work like that. But yeah, we'll see. That's it. That's all. Let me know y'all thoughts. Oh, wait. The other thing that happened on the promo, Carter's telling Hope to go be with her family or whatever, Cause what's that little girl named Beth, and Leon's supposed to be taking a photo, and she gonna be telling him to send it to mommy or whatever. Carter's supposed to be telling her to go be with her family and everything. And I was like, man, she don't have plenty of opportunity to be with her family. It didn't work out. It don't matter if they got a child. It don't matter if they had one, if they had three. If it ain't meant to be, it ain't meant to be. If people would learn that, we wouldn't have all this back and forth. So I'm assuming Carter finna get ready to go over here with Daphne, but I don't know. I have been hearing talk that the actor that plays Carter is supposed to be leaving the show. I don't know how true it is. Might as well. Everybody might as well go. Then we ain't gonna have no show, huh? I'm like, might as well. They ain't doing nothing, just breaking the man's heart. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day and be safe. And a great weekend.